If you've ever wanted to create a visual effect transition inside of a software, look no further because I'm going to be showing you how to create one such as this one, where you can melt an image and turn it into another using this amazing software called Higgsfield. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Santiago. I'm really glad that you're back here seeing another tutorial. As I told you just some seconds ago, in this video we're going to be checking out once again another of the tools that Higgsfield has on its library, and that is the visual effects tool. You're seeing it on screen right now, all of these different visual effects. If you haven't checked out the previous videos about Higgsfield, I really invite you to go to the channel, subscribe, and you can get up to speed on how this software works and what this software is. Just a little reminder, Higgsfield is an AI powered tool where you can create videos and images using prompts and using a bunch of different tools. We have been checking out some of those tools on the previous videos, and we're using one of the paid plans. If you want to use one of those, there are some affiliate links on the description box down below for you guys to use as well. So in this video, we're going to be checking out some of the visual effects that you can use inside of Higgsfield. These are on the homepage. They are the first ones that you can see on the homepage right there. You can check out all of the different ones that are described right here. You can check out a little preview of them as well. If you click on view all visual effects, this is going to create a drop-down menu and you can check out all of the different transitions. If you hover over them, you can see the name and you can see what the transition is going to be. For example, a piece of fall or a flame on or earth zoom out. There are a bunch of different tools that you can use regarding this software. Let's say that we want to use this one, the melt transition one. You have an image that then melts and becomes another image. Then you have a little video that does that animation. If we go to generate, we're taken to this screen where we can see the different projects that we have been working on the past. This is one on the previous video, for example. You can then select a start frame and an end frame. For a start frame, I'm going to be picking out this image of myself riding my bicycle. And for an end frame, I'm going to pick another image where I'm just taking a selfie on a mirror using bicycle attire as well. You can then write a little prompt for the software to understand what you want the scene to be about and for it to use the transition that you selected. Let's say that cyclist gets home would be a little short prompt because the start image is me riding my bicycle and the final image is me on my home. You can then select the model that is going to be used on the transition. Right now it's on Kling 2.1, where you can select a bunch of different ones from the Higgsfield one to a Sora one or a Google model as well. You can then select the duration of the final scene. I'm going to be making it 10 seconds. You can select the resolution as well from 720p or 1080p. I always select 1080p because it creates a result that you can use in a bunch of different scenarios. And once everything is in place, you can just click on generate and wait a couple of seconds for the software to create the scene. And after a couple of seconds, the software has already created the scene. Let's check it out. As you saw, it added the exact transition that we wanted to use. Let's check it out once again. Right here, I'm riding my bicycle. It even adds a little animation of myself riding the bicycle. It melts away to my place. It adds a bunch of different assets that are not on the original images. Right here, you can see the bicycle moving. And on the picture of my house, it expands, for example, on the plant and on the table. It expands on a lot of different assets for the scene to make more sense when it's melting. And all in all, it does a really cool job at creating that transition using the VFX that we chose. Let's change it to see what it can do with a different VFX. Let's say that we want to use the Aerial Pullback in this occasion. If we click on it, that is the new model that is going to be chosen. We can change the prompt once again. Cyclist is shown from above, let's say. Once again, you can select the model, the duration, and the resolution. Once again, I'm going to make it 1080p, but this time I'm just going to leave it on 5 seconds so it generates a bit quicker. Let's wait for the software to create the scene once again using that different visual effect. So let's check out what the software did with the new visual effects picked. As you saw, it added a different transition using the aerial pullback. If we were to remove the end frame and click on generate, the software will have a bit more freedom. It wouldn't have to go to that final image. So let's generate a scene where we're just using the aerial pullback, but we don't have an end frame. Let's check out what the software did without the end frame, but with the aerial pullback visual effect picked. As you see, what the software does without an end frame is a bit more usable. It doesn't transform into another image, and you can play around with it a bunch more. Let's change the visual effects for one final time and see what the software is capable of doing some other transitions. Let's pick out this one that says I can't fly. Let's say that the cyclist begins to fly. Let's make it 10 seconds. Let's change the duration to 10 seconds this time around. And let's click on generate and see what the software does. Let's check out the final video that the software created with the I can fly visual effect. As you saw, that final visual effect is just myself trying to fly. I have no gravity whatsoever in this video. And all in all, that is how you use visual effects in Higgsfield. You can play around with all the different models that the software has. We just took a look at 3, but there are a bunch of different ones that you can pick from. As I showed you, if you have a start frame and an end frame, the visual effects is going to be a bit different because it's going to melt down all the time into the end frame. But if you leave it open, if you just have a starting frame, you can play around with what the software does. I really invite you guys to try out this tool and let me know in the comments what you think of it. Once again, my name is Santiago. I'm really glad that you saw this video, and without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.